The organization started in 1997, where a group of women who have their club called the Sorority came together to say, we need to give the children of Zimbabwe an ear. We need the children of Zimbabwe to be listened to. And in 1997, they had this vision to start Childline Zimbabwe. They drew a lot of lessons from Childline South Africa and Childline UK, since their association is an international association. Then they started Childline Zimbabwe in 1997, and since then, Childline has been in existence, answering calls of children in distress, but we've also seen dynamic ways where now we're not only answering children in distress, but we're even answering calls of children who are happy. We're even answering of children who want to be helped homework. We're even answering calls of children who just want to talk to someone, probably they are lonely at home. So our work has diversified around the work. So the work of Childline Zimbabwe at the moment hinges around 4 thematic areas that we move with. The first one is child-friendly reporting mechanism, which then derives our name Childline. So the child-friendly reporting mechanisms, we're talking about our 116 free phone. So 116 is a number that we were given by the government of Zimbabwe through the postal, the Potrans as our regulator. They gave us 116, which is now a regional number, because even if you go to other African countries, you still see 116 as being Childline Zambia. You still see 116 as being Childline Mozambique, Childline Malawi, Childline Angola, Childline DRC. We are happy our neighbors in South Africa also have started processes now to migrate from their big number that they have, so that they also have the 116 as their child helpline number. So that when children are abused in Zimbabwe, the only number that they know is 116. If they go across the border, something happens to them, they also have to just remember one number. So that is our call center. We also have a free postal service where children can write to us and just express what they want to do, and we've qualified social worker who then responds to those letters. Over the years, that has gone down, with the technology coming in, the writing has gone down. So we've also been tasked to diversify, and now we also have a chat platform where you can chat to us and even WhatsApp us through the child-friendly reporting mechanism. Something that is still pending with us as Childline is the 116 text, because WhatsApp and the chat all need data, so they are not free services, and our children might not have the data to reach us out. So we are pushing to have a 116 text platform, which is free, and I think this has already been tabled to Potras to see how they can assist us to get the 116 text, which can be free for our children to text us, and we can also be able to text them back. So from the child-friendly reporting mechanisms, we also talk about specialized therapeutic services that we then give to children. Once children reach out to us with issues, we then need to respond. So through the response, we do therapeutic support groups. We get a lot of sexual abuse cases that come through. But what we've realized, if we put those girls that have their cases that have been handled through the courts or through the police, we put them in a group so that they can support each other. They can also see that they're not the only ones who have suffered, the trauma of sexual abuse. They're in a group setup with a qualified social worker who's just a facilitator and a moderator. So we have the therapeutic support group. We've also seen that one of the biggest gaps that we have is in terms of parenting. I think 19th century parenting and 21st century parenting is different now. And what we then saw is we needed to bring parents together so that as partners and them as parents, they can also share ideas in terms of how parenting has evolved over the years so that they can be able to help children. So we do positive parenting sessions with our parents so that they can be able to better support their children. We also do cognitive behavioral therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy, we use it mostly to those children that have suffered trauma, so that they go through a cognitive behavioral therapy process so that they can be restored to where they were. So that is our specialized therapeutic services that we offer. Then we also have advocacy that we have as our third pillar that we move with. So in terms of advocacy, we have a lot of work that we do in terms of raising awareness in the community. Right now we're talking about COVID, and some children do not even have information. So we go on a drive to raise awareness so that people are aware. In terms of advocacy, we've also been involved in, when laws are being crafted. We're happy to say when the cyber bill was being crafted, we also made our submissions in terms of how child sensitive the bill is, what are the issues that they're supposed to look at when you talk about child protection. So that's part of our advocacy work that we've been doing. We've been doing a lot of newspaper articles just to conscientize our community around issues to do with child protection. Then the last one that I'll talk about is knowledge management. What we have seen is if you have knowledge and you don't share it, there won't be learnings. There can only be learnings once we consolidate it, analyze it, critique it, then we share with the outside world. So we've been doing a lot of research and a lot of data analysis with the data that we get here, so that we can also inform programming at national level, we can also inform policy at national level, we can also inform the general implementation of the projects that are running. I think last week we were just discussing that in our call center we're now having a lot of GBV cases that have been reported around the 16 days of activism. And what we've just seen is probably what has happened is there's a lot of awareness that's happening around GBV, and people are calling us, reporting instances of GBV as well. So those are the 4 pillars that Childline Zimbabwe is implementing, and I'll just repeat them for the sake of just actually remembering: child-friendly reporting mechanisms, specialized therapeutic services, advocacy, and we're also into knowledge management. So that's what we do.